Well, good evening and welcome. My name again is Olayomi Koiki. It's been a very, very long day. It's been a very long day, a very, very long day. And I believe it's still going to be a better long day because I've just arrived at the Abuja house where, we've got a lot of people that are right here at the moment. I'll be showing you some feed. But behind me, as you can see, is the presidential suite where our president is actually residing at the moment. In the last 100 days, but I've been up and down, the whole of the places, from point A to from point B. But the most important thing is, we promise that we'll be coming down here, because sometimes, you just have to, be able to show, a lot of different angles of why individuals, have the right to protest, and, we've got, those that are protesting here, I'll be showing you, in about a couple of minutes. But the most important thing is, while they protest, they will be able to tell us in about a few minutes. But behind me, as you can see, is the Abuja house. When they're saying Abuja house, right behind me is Abuja house. Again, as usual, my name is Olayomi Koiki. I'll be here for the next few hours or so. This is going to be going till 8 o'clock in the morning, I've been told. How authentic that is, we'll be able to find out from the organizers, that have been here. People are still coming in. People are still arriving. If you look at your time, it's coming up to about 11 o'clock. And then you might be thinking, why are people protesting at this time of the hours? I can't be able to give you the answer. But those that are organizing this will be able to tell you, the reason why, they are protesting. But right behind me is where, the president himself is residing. And I'm sure, for those of you, wherever you're watching all over the world, sometimes struggles, comes in different ways. It comes in different forms. But the most important thing is, we must be able to bring it to you as it's happening. And right behind me is Abuja house. We'll be able to show you just of the, right there now is the is Abuja house in front of you, and it's number 2 Abuja house is called, as usual, is where the president is actually been residing in the last 100 days, and we've got few people. We've got the Metropolitan Police that is right here making sure everything is in order. We've got few barriers, as you can see right in front of me. We've got few barriers, and let's see if we can, someone is speaking. Let's see if we can catch up to what he's saying.
Okay, there was this issue that I also heard, which was something that where somebody said even if he had NEPA bill. Hello!
Yes.
This is another fantastic brother of mine who has just been nominated for an award. So congratulations, Yomi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, again, as usual, we come here to support. We come here to make sure, all side of the story is heard as the way it's meant to be heard. It's been a very long day. I've been all over the places, but, coming down all the way from North London, it's quite a long journey. But we're here to, showcase what you guys, the reason why you're here. I'll let you continue with the interview while, it's been picked up as well from the other feed as well. So I'll just let you continue, yeah.
Well, where I am, what I'm talking about was that there was no antecedent. It was all fake stories and propaganda that made people believe that there was something special about him. And the moment he got there, everything started revealing itself, that there was nothing anywhere. People were saying that let him just get there, even if he's only NEPA B, if he has no qualification, let him just come there. And he came there and we realized that, it's unfortunate. And people were not able to admit the fact that they were wrong. The point is that there was no antecedent. Where is the antecedent? Now you are telling me now, I gave you a test now earlier on. You can't tell me any other one that was being supported by that deputy.
No, I will be honest with you. I remembered I was among those who felt because of the previous being viciously attacked. And I felt, you know, there was so much lies and propaganda going on. As a human rights activist, I was attacked, viciously bullied, victimized on the social media and stuff. But it wasn't about, you know, whether it was APC or PDP. I was accused of being which I don't belong to any party.
Neither am I.
And you know, some even to the extent it was so vicious that I had to report some people to the police, and it was that bad. But having said that, you know, I wouldn't want to, like you might be able to say I told you so, but I feel that, you know, at the end of the day, they voted the president in now, and the way forward should be that working together to make sure that this is not about whether there's a vendetta, there's hatred. This should be more about constructive solutions to Nigerian problem. And unfortunately, we're having, you know, I'm here doing a live program on my show, Facts of Life with Abolitionists, and I'm thinking, you know, at the end of the day, we all came here for a good faith. How do we move this forward? Because we're standing here, there's a lot of people here now. Some have gone and left, some are still coming, some are still determined that they're going to be here till the night. Some are saying they're also coming back again.
We are going to be here all night. We have pulled them out. They are running out one by one. That is one thing we have made to achieve. We've pulled them out. They are hiding out in blacking out vans. They are running out. So we have been able to achieve that. They cannot be comfortable inside here when people are suffering in Nigeria. So people, so that's what I'm doing. Let's go back to our discussion about the way forward. The way forward now is for us to, let's not deceive ourselves again. People are believing that because we are supported now, we must continue to support the lies. They are all lies. We just pointed out that it was no antecedent. People were bringing out lies and everything. All these stories that he was bringing out before, he was bringing out for 3 times. He was not voted for. He was still bringing out the same thing, and they voted for him. It was because of the propaganda. People did not allow him to even come out and say anything during the election. He could not even address anybody and say, this is what I'm going to do. So because there was nothing up there. So we found out later, and then we will find out when we now find out.
Saying that it's his fault, or those who campaigned, who did the strategy,
he cannot be exonerated. You know, because for me, he cannot be exonerated from it. He knows. I know my capability now. If you tell me now to come and jump, I can't jump.
Maybe he was not aware.
That's not even the point.
Are you saying that he's not capable? He knows that he's not capable now.
When you guys wanted to vote for him,
I did vote for him.
When Nigerians wanted to vote for him, everybody was shouting, "Say Buhari, say Buhari." Yeah, but now he's sick.
Yes.
And now he comes for treatment. Has he done anything so bad that he's supposed to go back to office straight away without him getting all right?
No, we are not saying that. What we are here for, do you know, as per the Twitter handle, is that resign or go. If you cannot resume, if you are incapable of doing the work again, there's nothing wrong in resigning. That will show your integrity. We will even hail you as a hero. You tried.
So what you guys want is that you want him to go back to Nigeria and resign?
No. He can do that from here.
No.
If he's still treated, everybody can fall sick.
No.
If he's sick,
don't let us get twisted.
Okay.
You guys want him to go back to Nigeria and resign?
No.
Now come back for his treatment.
No. He doesn't have to go back to Nigeria to resign. He can do it from here. You don't have to go to Nigeria to decide. If you still continue his treatment, and my brother, you can see that Nigeria is at a standstill at the moment.
A
lot of uncertainties going on in Nigeria. Is that the way it used to be? It's supposed to be like.
Listen.
Is it right
that
the way it is now?
The first time Buhari came to rule us in Nigeria, the first time Buhari came to rule us when he was in the military, we know that it's a Diago that is ruling us.
Thank you.
Now again, and his president is doing it. We expect it. Expect it.
Okay. What antecedent are you talking about now when you now say that? People started saying Buhari based on what?
I don't know, because
I asked that my sister the other time that she's an elected woman, very educated. I said, can you please tell me the deputies of all the military governments? She cannot, because none of them were being propped up by their deputies. That is what I based my antecedent on. This man has no antecedent to base. Even between that 1995 when he left the government, there was nothing that he did to contribute to the development of Nigeria. Only to be running the country down and then want to rule that country. And when he got there now, during that 1984-85, do you remember that was the only time ever in Nigeria that we were queuing for essential commodity, looking for milk and
that's what to me. That's one of the best times we enjoy in Nigeria.
Is that an enjoyment?
Yeah.
What did you enjoy, my brother?
Listen, you know what happened.
Tell me exactly what you enjoyed.
We know that he doesn't do the job, but a Diabo was there
what
to
did
control.
they achieve?
Come on,
that
you
time?
know.
Don't tell me we know. I just mentioned, is that a good thing that we were queuing for essential commodities? That we were fighting each other?
No, we didn't keep
soldiers were blabbering you.
No,
boss. Essential commodity.
Everything in Nigeria.
No. We were fighting in warehouse.
We didn't fight.
No. Don't. This is fact.
I know what I'm talking about.
Let's talk about
then
essential
never was
commodities.
a little bit stay.
No. I'm talking about essential commodities. Why were we queuing for essential commodities? Is it because they are available all over the place in the market? Do you go and queue for essential commodity? Milk and rice and oil, vegetable oil, were so scarce. They were being queued for in warehouses, if you remember.
Remember that they're giving it
the soldiers will be blabbering you to get it.
Remember they're giving most of it out for free then. Do you know that we buy them so cheap then?
Where do you
listen, my brother, don't let us go into that.
No, let me tell you why we are getting it. Let me tell you where you are getting it free.
We
Let me tell you where
we
you are
don't want
getting
to
it
be
free. This is fact.
embarrassed. We want to be
Let me tell you
straightforward.
fact. Let me tell you why we are getting it free. Some people were hoarding it, and they will go and bungle their.
But did I hear you say you were getting it for free then?
Let me tell you the one you are getting free. Let me tell you the one.
Did I heard you say that?
No. Don't put that in my mouth. I will tell you why we are getting. The ones you get free that time was the one that they capture from people that were keeping it in there. They were forcing them to sell it at control price when they did not get it at control price. So if the soldiers get your warehouse, they will open it and then start giving it out. That was the only thing you are getting. The government was not giving anything for free during the Diagon time. Let me tell you, let's establish that for a fact.
Let's leave that.
And then look at the present. The present situation is that nobody is telling him to go back to Nigeria and continue to rule when he's sick. Anybody can be sick. I am too. And I'm getting myself.
Everybody can be sick.
But the truth of the matter is that he can resign from here. He can say, okay, it's true. I love Nigeria. I don't want this to be.
But if the man gets all right next week, and he's able to perform next week.
Well, as you can see, it's quite a lot of debate going on the side. But right in front of you, there is the most one of the the most important and the prestige houses in United Kingdom, where our president has been residing in the last couple of days. And we've got people that have decided to come down. Well, not a lot of people, but they're determined to be here all night. I'm not too sure whether I'll be here all night, but I just got here. It's been a long day for me myself. A lot of meetings, a lot of upcoming events that we have to attend, briefings and all that. But we decided, we must be able to showcase, all Nigerians from whatever angle, whatever their, the reason why, they are,
stealing it by the hour.
They are, talking and making their voices heard, and that is the reason why we came down here. You've been here now. I don't know how long you've been here. I mean, I just got here. Can you tell us the feel? Those that have been coming. I know people must have been coming and been going. I know you are all determined to be here all night. And I could see that already in a lot of people that that have been spoken earlier on. But the question for those that are watching from the other side, all over the world, people have blogged in already, watching you. What message do you really want to pass, to the president, to whoever might be listening as well, and why are you here? It's exactly 11 o'clock. You should be at home.
Thank you. But the point is that right now, if we want to admit it to ourselves, Nigeria is stagnant. It's not moving forward. And the point is that we agree that the president is a 74-year-old man. We respect the fact that anybody can be ill. And right now, he's incapacitated by his illness. It's understandable. But the thing is that if he really loves Nigeria, and he has the interest of Nigeria at heart, the best thing to do is to resign and let the government, let the country move on. That's what we are saying. All we are saying is not that he cannot be sick. He can't be sick. Anybody can be sick. But let him just resign and let the country move forward.
Well, but people will say, the president left, the country, in hands of the acting president, to take over the situation of the country itself. Okay. So, is that not enough? To say that this is a rule. It's not like a dictatorship. We are now in a way he has actually left the country. We all know that, but he left the power, the baton, to the next person, which is his vice president. And people will say, the vice president is doing well.
Yes, he will do well if he's actually got the power. But it's a deception to claim that that guy has got the powers. Let me tell you one example. Just one example is the fact that the ministers who are approved by the National Assembly, they were not able to even be sworn in for the first few days. There were arguments about whether he has the power to swear them in or not. For a few days, when the government is supposed to be running like clockwork, everything is supposed to be. The National Assembly has done their own. The next thing is for the ministers to be sworn in. But it took them days to agree within themselves, within that place, for him to do that. And after doing that, it took them about 3 months again to assign portfolios to these ministers. Are you telling me that is in power? No, it's not. There is a power vacuum in Nigeria, except if we want to deceive ourselves. Everybody knows. The only thing, what we are saying, as you asked me before, the way forward is for us to admit that this man, forget about the fact that whether he is capable or not capable. Right now, he has been incapacitated by his illness. The next thing forward is for us to move forward and say, oh, he's an hero. He has tried. He has made his intention known. He has tried for the country. Now is the time for him to tender his resignation. Let that man has a full power as the president, and then move Nigeria forward. He can start from there. This man, even the vice president has the backing of some people. He can still do it. We will say, oh, things changed when he left Nigeria. Before people say, oh, Oshibanjo is doing things. We can see things happening. But right now, things are not happening anymore. Oshibanjo has been caged. Okay. It's obvious to everybody.
Okay. Thank you very much for the audience that are watching as well. I might have some few questions for you. We've got one already. Someone said this is uncalled for. And then, we've got someone who say, the vice president who is flying to London asking for permission to employ ministers.
Thank you. That's
so
my point.
How do you want to answer the person that says what you guys are doing, is uncalled for?
Let me answer that. It says that, I've forgotten the name now. Evil thrives when good men refuse to talk. When they keep quiet, when they decide to do nothing. We should not keep quiet. We should do something. This is what we are doing tonight. I'm not all that okay. You can see me on crutches, but then I'm determined to be here. That was why I was at Chatham House when I was telling people that this man has not enough upstairs. And I'm here again now. Last time they said I'm eating from Jonathan's money. This time around, nobody paid anybody. They know that nobody is paying us. We came out of our own volition. We use our money to come here. We spend the time to come here. Some people left their work. They want to work since 6 a.m. They were here 8 tonight, and they're going to be here till tomorrow because we believe in Nigeria. We believe that we cannot just stand still and allow them to be selling us lies. The truth of the matter is that we are not against him. Forget about the fact that we are against him in some ways. But okay, right now we have accepted that he's ill, he's incapacitated. Nobody can deny that. But the point is that what people are denying, deceiving themselves, is that Oshibanjo is actually in power. No, it's not. We said Nigeria is stagnant right now. We should be able to move forward. We should stop this right now.
Okay, but the question is, it's looking at what has taken place here, it makes you, for those of us that are living outside the country, we probably won't be able to understand. We've got the Metropolitan Police here as well, making sure things are in order. We've got the, a lot of protection. The street has been closed down as well, and this is part of what people will say, democracy. Yes. Will you say, for those that were having, the same opportunity, we all saw that, for a lot of, news were coming out from Abuja where, people were being attacked, people were not being given, the voices to talk, but we are here now, and you are doing, your own civil rights, you will put it that way.
Yeah.
So what will you be able to say to that?
Yes, the thing is that is what exactly we are saying about how Nigeria is now right at the moment under a dictatorship, in quote. When during the tail end of the Jonathan's administration, people went out en masse and campaign and protest against his government. They block Ojota, they block Abuja, they were campaigning against this, against that. Nobody shoot them, nobody tear gas them. They do it freely. Right now, only few people went to protest. We were just saying resign or protest. They did not vandalize anything, they did not do anything. They were tear gassed, they were beaten up under a democracy. That is not fair. The next day, they paid some people to move a mass and started shouting, Buhari must be there till eternity. Is that fair? Is that a democracy? That's not a democracy. And we said we should keep quiet. We should not keep quiet. We should say the truth to ourselves. This is not the right democracy we want. What we are doing is part of how the democracy will thrive. If people can protest, right now we are here, we smoke them out of that place, they are hiding out, they are sneaking out, they are doing all that, they were disturbed. That is part of democracy. If you want peace, if you are serving the government, if you are serving Nigeria and you are in charge of Nigeria, you are accountable to the people of Nigeria.
Okay, I've got a question that is coming from Mayowa Michael Adeleye. Okay. You know, the current Nigerian constitution is silent about this. This Buhari has not done anything illegal against the constitution. Moral and legal ain't the same. What will you be able to say to that?
I will address the moral aspect. If you are talking about legal, we can talk about the letter that he wrote, that they put coordinator there. The constitution did not require a coordinator to take over when he's leaving. He's somebody to be there as acting president with full powers of the president. That is constitutional. But morally, let's talk about morally. Morally, the morality demand that if you are not capable to do something, you just you put the interest of the country at heart and say, well, you have voted me to be president. We didn't vote for him to be here. We didn't vote for him to come and be in West London, West 8 in London, to be in Abuja House in London. We voted for him to rule Nigeria. If we need only one person to be there, the constitution will now allow for a VP. The constitution requires a president and a VP. Right now we have an acting president. There is no VP. That means when that man left Nigeria for an official assignment outside, he is vacant. Who is acting for him? That means there is a vacuum. The constitution requires two people to be there, a vice president, not so someone will be away for 100 days, away on sick leave. If you are that much sick, immorality demand that you say you are not capable anymore. You can see him, he's sick, he's obviously sick, which is normal. People can be sick, anybody can be sick. Even a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old like me, I'm sick, I can be sick. But I am incapacitated. But the point is that if you are not able to perform a particular duty, resign and let other people do it. That will have held him up as an hero. People will say, well, he was going to do it. That's good intention. They can have mouth to talk. Now they don't have mouth to talk. I have a friend here that have shut him down because he was the one that was campaigning for him before. Now he's not as quiet. Now he's here against him.
But why are you not talking to your senators?
Oh, yeah, we will talk about the senators. You know, when we want to talk about president, they have two scapegoats in Nigeria right now. When they said this is not happening, they said, oh, it's Jonathan's problem. If you say, well, Jonathan is gone, they will say, oh, it's the National Assembly that thief, they are rogue, they are this, they are that. They are APC senators. Whether they have been PDP before, they are now APC. Whether there have been anything before, they are now APC. So they are the one running the government. They should talk to themselves and change. They are the people that even put him there, the people that forced the other group in Nigeria to vote for him and said he's a good man after trying, and Nigerians say no. And people that recommended him to Nigerians, especially the Southwesterners, they should come out now and talk. They are the one that persuaded some Nigerians to vote for him. He has tried on his own. He was not able to do it because we know that he is a failure. And some of us refused to vote for him from the beginning. But some people that supported him and sold him to us should be held responsible. It's now for them to come out and talk and say, it's time for you to resign. You have tried. You have made your intention known.
Thank you very much, brother. I'm sure we're still here for you for the next few hours.
I'm going to be here all night.
Okay, we'll be back again. We'll be back again.
I'll go and rest.
Right, you go and rest and have some water. Well, that's that's the beauty of democracy, especially a lot of us might be looking at what is happening here. But if you're living outside United Kingdom or living in America, you will understand that people will protest at any point of time, whether it is a right or whether it's wrong. But the most important thing is, I'm here at the moment. Behind me is number 2 Abuja House. Well, the weather, as you can see, I've got my jacket on. I don't know how I'll be able to last here till morning, but at the moment, let's just hope I've done to, prepared myself as much as possible, but I cannot guarantee that, this live stream will go all the way through. But the most important thing is we must be able to bring the two sides of the story. What have you got to say? Let's continue having a conversation. Behind me is Abuja House, right here in Kensington. It's been a long day for me, a lot of meetings, meetings upon meetings. There's a lot of events coming up within the community, but sometimes, there's a lot going on the social media. People have been talking about this particular event, but it is very important for us to be here as well and hear their side of story. And that is the reason why we've come all the way down, broadcasting to you live all the way from Abuja House, where the president has been residing, in the last 100 days. A lot of people are saying, we have different versions of, depending on, your own version. People might say he has the right to be here, and some say, no, he needs to be in Nigeria. I'm not the one to decide that. You are meant to decide that, and the people that are protesting are deciding that as well. But the most important thing is a lot of us wants to compare, the country to outside the world, with other countries. But the most important thing is, while we are protesting now, some people might say, well, it's not right for them to be doing what they are doing. But then you should not be comparing United Kingdom to Nigeria, because if we want Nigeria to be the same standard with United Kingdom, as you can see behind me, there's a 24 hours electricity, there's metropolitan police, protecting, people that are here. The road has been shut down. So there's no parking here till 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to show you of what you can see right there. Not a lot of people, but they are determined to be here to make sure that their story is heard. And that is the way it's meant to be. That's the green, white, green flag. Let's just move around a little bit. The weather at the moment is quite nice. People are going into the, I'm sure maybe they are the resident, or maybe they are the staff. We don't know. But as you can see, someone just got in there. I've been told there's a lot of, vehicles that have been coming in and out. I don't know who is coming in and I don't know who is coming out. I just got here not too long ago. Like I said, I've been all over, all over the place. But I'm right here now, and I'll be here till I get tired. But the most important thing is, like I said, right there, resume or resign. Nigeria said no, enough is enough. I'm going to try and get the, I know Chidi is somewhere. I'm trying to get out of Chidi because, I know Chidi's here. I need to speak to Chidi. Okay, well, the most important thing is, they're taking a bit of break. They must refresh as well. They still need a lot of energy. It's still not 12 o'clock midnight. And imagine we're going to be here till 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, the most important thing is, this is not photocopy. This is live feed from Abuja House. Again, as usual, my name is Olayomi Koiki. Thank you, everyone that nominated me, in the last couple of days. I was breaking that news only on Wednesday, in terms of the uncelebrated award that is coming up. If you really want to know who this guy is, you can join me, get your own ticket, and make sure you join me on the 30th of September. I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing now, but I'll also be collecting my own award. Thank you to all my friends all over the world. Thank you to all the families that have been supporting. Thank you all the way from Scotland. I can see you all the way from Nigeria, from Kenya. People have logged in from, from Morocco. Nigerians are all over the world. The most important thing is, it's a great country. We all know that. But the most important thing is we all want, the good service, the good security. Everybody wants good life. Who doesn't want a good life? You tell me that. If you're saying that you don't want a good life, then you must be deceiving yourself. Everybody wants to live peacefully. Look at it. I was traveling, I didn't even go on the train. I was coming on the bus, all the way from Streatham. And I was looking at the whole road, and it makes me feel, and this is what a lot of, there's a lot of cars going in and out. But like I said, the road itself has been shut down for this particular event. That is the beauty of democracy. And if you sitting down there thinking something will happen, nothing happens until you raise your voice. Nothing happens until you have your PVC. All the way from Scotland. Badero says that all the time. But a lot of us think we're gonna sit down, a miracle is gonna happen. You might be praying from now till next year. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it takes a bit of encouragement. I knew I was coming down, But like I said, it's been a long day. I had a lot of other things to deal with. But the most important thing is, it is my duty to be here as well to showcase, why some Nigerians are here, to make their voices heard. I can tell you they're still here. They're refreshing. I just got here, so I'm still very strong. I've had a lot of, I think I had rice. So, well, there's another car coming. We don't always coming out, but there's a lot of diplomatic car in and out. As you can see there in the Vauxhall, we've got the policeman sitting down. They're going to be here with us all night. But the most important thing is this is one of the diplomatic cars that takes, the guests. I don't know whether this is being sent on errand, but as you can see, it's going out now. I've been told a lot of cars have been in and out of the Abuja house, and that is live feed that you're watching in front of you. Remember, like I was all we're asking for, in a country where we've got 180 million people want to live side by side, people want to be able to enjoy the same thing that we are enjoying here. And it doesn't matter what time of the hours. Next week Friday, there's a particular location, I saw on my way down, a lot of designer shops and all that. And I'm thinking to myself, imagine if we have a lot of, designer shops, all over Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether in Enugu, because this can happen. I was looking at the statistics, 3.7 million visitors to United Kingdom. How come we don't have those kind of visitors visiting Nigeria as well? It's been an holiday period. A lot of Nigerians are traveling outside this country to Europe, but you think most of them should be going to Nigeria for their holiday. But sometimes if you look at the ticket is quite expensive. People complain about a lot of things that, sometimes, you ask yourself, from here to America is very cheap, but America is far away. But from here to Nigeria is only 6 hours, and we are paying a lot of money for that. These are little things that, sometimes people complain about. There's a lot of complaint, but the most important thing is we are right here, and behind me is Abuja House, is number 2. Right there, people have been in and out, I've been told, but like I said, they have decided that they'll be here till 8 o'clock in the morning. Wow. That shows the commitment. That shows that they are ready. I am padded as well, I can tell you, because, we were told that the weather is going to be very, the weather will be dropping, as time comes. We're still here, there's quite a lot of people here, not too much, but people are determined to be here to make sure their voices are heard, and that is the beauty of living in a democratic country where things happen. If we really want things to happen in Nigeria as well, 2019 is around the corner as well. We are not going to say to you vote for whoever, but you should know that for us to be able to get exactly what we are looking for, we must be able to talk. There's a lot of debate. People do a lot of debate, but action. I love the action. Let's make action, action plan for whatever we're talking about. I've got 2 guest speaker. It's just a WhatsApp group conversation, and I'm sure a lot of you are in WhatsApp group as well, where a lot of conversation goes in. Sometimes it could be heated, and sometimes it could be, but you know what it is like, if you're in a particular group, I think Mr. Chidi is ready for me now. If he's ready, I want to ask him a few questions. But I want him to refresh more. He's been working on. What did you eat? Rice or eba or amala? They don't eat everything. I think ogbono dey yourself if you want ogbono. But the most important thing is let's come back to reality. If we want a good country, I say it all the time, the government is not going to be able to sort all the problems. The government has a responsibility over all the citizens, but you as a citizen as well have a responsibility. What are you doing yourself? A lot of us complain and complain and complain. A lot of us are asking for friends requests on Facebook, but you don't even talk to your neighbor. This is little things, sometimes, check yourself as well and see if you are doing the right thing. I'm still good. As you can see, my power bank is still showing me blue. But, we will try and make sure that we give you as much, we still have a few people that will be talking to us as well. But we are here. You're part of us as well, because if you're not sleeping at this time of the, early hours of the morning, that means you're engaged. and this is what we need. Let me read some of the comments as well. Let's see. Thank you very much, Prince. Eze, the advocate for humanity. If you have not seen that video, you must be able to go back and watch that video. We were right there, on what's it called, on Sunday, all the way at Prince Eze Inacho, the word metaphor. It's a very beautiful book, but we were being told, the president is sleeping. I don't know that. You could be able to tell me maybe the president is sleeping, but we're behind me there is Abuja House. Nigeria will be great, Africa will be great, but this takes a lot of hard work. We've got a lot of PhD, we've got masters, we've got a lot of policies. We keep talking and talking and talking. My grandmother died in this talking. It was about 92. When do we stop talking? We need action. This is what we are saying. Talking cannot solve problems. We need to start putting things in action. We've done a lot of talk, and for me now, it is high time we stop talking. You could change things as well. You could change things from your community, whether you're in Anambra, you're in Abia, you're in Port Harcourt, wherever you are in Nigeria, you could make difference as well. There's a particular guy in Benin State. I've been watching this guy. Someone actually left a whole house, so that they can keep, children that are running away from the house, children that have been, beaten because, they are hungry. You don't have to be Dangote, you don't have to be Otedola, you don't have to be anybody. What are you doing yourself? Ask those questions. The most important thing is we can't all be on the same pace. We cannot be on the same page, but the most important thing is we can get things done. And I just believe, the guy is in Benin State, he's doing a great things. When I look at him all the time, he said to himself, we don't need talking. Let's put things in action. A lot of our children are being molested. You know that yourself. What are you doing as an individual to correct that? You might think, yes, they're not going to do anything. What I keep hearing all the time is people say, if we say it, they're not going to do anything. But have you said so in the first place? Thank you, everyone that have joined. We are live here, Abuja House, transmitting to you all the way. The weather is dropping, I can tell you that. But the most important thing is I'm prepared myself, so if I get too cold, I'll put that on. But for the time being, the weather is all right. But let's go back again. Right in your community, right in your state, what are you doing as an individual? We know the government have the right to take care of the citizen. Security is very important. Healthcare is very important. Policies that will make things happen is very important. But you as well can make difference. Are you supporting, a bit of charity? Are you making, you got knowledge, you got PhD, you got masters. What are you doing yourself to help someone? We cannot wait for miracles. We've been praying. Let's leave the prayer to one side and let's start innovating. Innovating is what we need now. You ask yourself in 2017, what have I done as an individual, apart from your family, to help someone? We are only waiting for miracle. We pray, we go to the church, we go to the mosque. There's Shango taking place in Ibadan, I think Oshun or something like that. These are festivals that we should be promoting as well, but we've neglected them. And we're expecting tourism to come into the country. What are you doing as an individual yourself to promote what is happening? Yes, we can, complain, but the most important thing is if you as an individual, is leaving things for somebody else to do, then we're all going to be on the same page. And we don't want to be on the same page. That's why we've got some people right here saying they're going to be here till morning. It's exactly coming up to, what's the time now? Exactly 11:30. And you can imagine they still have a long way to go in terms of, sitting right here at Abuja House. And we still got a few more cars that are still coming in and out. I could tell you the Metropolitan Police are also here protecting those that are protesting. And we need all these. There was a story that is flying out in Ogun State that was posted by Baideru. A guy was killed, in Ogun State, by the police. Police that should be the one, police that should be the one taking care of the citizens, and now the one using the same gun to threaten, the citizen. I didn't say that. You know that yourself. We all know that. There's some lot of things that is wrong.
He's going to see the president.
Well, someone is going to see the president. Let's have a look at.
Yeah, Nigeria. Can you remember him?
Well, it looks like I don't know, but I've been told someone is going into for a visit. So,
Hey! Buhari, go home. Oh. You are not mayor of London. You are not mayor of London. Please go home. We're tired. Eh? Just go home. Where you are king. Where we cannot protest against you. Yes. Where you beat us stupid. So just go home.
So
Charlie Boy is still nursing his wound.
Yes.
You know, but this is a civilized country where men are allowed to protest. Yes. So Buhari, go home. You know, we're tired of the hypocrisy. We're tired of the lies. Please go home. Enough is enough. You know? You don't want to go home? You can retire here. No problem. Let Oshibajo carry on. You know, follow the constitution. That's all we're asking. We are loyal Nigerians and we want the constitution to be followed. Please go home. We're sick and tired. We've been here for over 6 hours and we're not tired. Go home.
You should go home. You should go and be the hospital back home.
well, as you can see, people are still, I think they've just finished eating, so now there's more energy. I think, they've just actually finished eating, so there's a lot of energy. But let's go back again to what I was just saying. The government have the right to take care of the citizen. That is priority. The government have the right to make sure things are done properly. We need 24 hours electricity. We need security. We need the hospital to be working. A lot of things needs to be done before we can, talk about, there's a lot of agitation in the country. There's a lot of poverty, and we got to be honest with that. And there's still a lot of corruption. If you look at that index that came out about a couple of days ago, there's a lot of corruption, even though they're killing corruption. So, we kind of, this is quite...
I'm tired. Buhari, go home. Work within the constitution. Stop insulting over 1 million Africans. I'm tired. Over 100 million, actually. Just go home. We've had enough. We're going to camp out. I will be here for so long.
But he's taking multivitamin now.
You're exhausted.
He's taking multivitamin here. Multivitamin.
I'm a carrot. It's not that we fire out. General Buhari, we are sick and tired. Go home. Go home. Look, they're interviewing Chile. That's where you need that one. General Buhari, go home. We've had enough. I have a very loud voice and I can keep everybody awake. So go home.
Please, he knows already that you have been here.
Go home. Buhari, go home.
If there's any message you want to convey in writing, who will send to him? He will not over it. But you know the reason why he's here. You might activate it.
He hasn't told us why he's here.
We don't know why
we don't
he's
know
here.
what Buhari is here, sir.
Wait, let's hear and somebody going to respond anyway. Okay.
Yes. So you know that he's here tripping. So
Yeah,
it's not completed treatment yet.
I appreciate your coming out this late. Right, so we sincerely appreciate that. We didn't come here out of maybe we don't like a president or whatever. No.
99%
Nigeria remains what they are.
under poverty. They are all living here.
So the problem we have that, as at this time too, the health status of the president is not clear to us. Unlike what we had, remember by March night 2010, when Yar'Adua was sick, it was President Buhari that one of the people that started the clamor for him to resign because either he's incapacitated or what. So now it is his own turn. Anyway, sickness is what can come to anybody. As far as you are breathing, the blood flows on your body, you can get sick at any time. So, but what we requested was, Nigerians are only demanding one little thing.
what is the health status. The constitution is a little bit bleak on what to do about that. But section 144 of Nigerian Constitution, subsection 4, stated that they can set up a medical panel, but he has not availed Nigeria that opportunity to do that. Everything is done in secrecy. Everything is done in secrecy. Today is 105 days in this country. From the first visit was 49 days. If you add them together, it's 154 days overseas out of 226 days in a year. This is 68% of the year so far. Wow. It's unprecedented. So if we are doing what we are doing, we're here. It has nothing to do with him, because if it is you, we will do it. If it's her, we're going to do it.
Life is not fair.
It's because the country is hurting. I grew up in Maiduguri. When I call Wulari today or call Abaraganaram today, there are people that I see like deaths. They have been in IDP places, those displaced units. For how many months? A country that earns millions and billions every month and week. They couldn't even bring ordinary basic food, shelter for displaced people. We budgeted billions for them, but nothing is happening. So this is part of our worry. So if the president has said, okay, I have malaria, or it's typhoid, we can project this, okay, in the next 2 weeks, typhoid can clear. It is dysentery. We say, okay, in the next 2-3 days, this thing can happen. But we are kept in dark. Nobody has told us that this is the problem. It's every day that somebody is coming from Nigeria, and Diboye was there. Another person, we only see the president on video. Yes. So why the people that are protesting in Abuja, they have to incite Alamajiri to go and attack them, to start stoning them. This is 2017. Most of you guys here, most of them are soldiers, most of them are lawyers. It only takes us phone call. We can start. Yes, it's not revolution. Everything must be. We go through legal process. Going to ICC and put up a complaint. He is here. You remember what happened to Pinochet, which was around 10-15 years ago. If we start this here, we don't want to embarrass our president anywhere. But it's not. It's not going to cost us anything. It's not going to cost us anything.
Because we are here, see them, they're now nice.
Going to ICC to do that, it's not going to cost us anything. So once he's here, they're not going to allow him to go back to Nigeria. So what I am saying is, we want, because we're going to come back here next week. Next week, we're going to stay 2 weeks here, 2 weeks day and night. We're going to come here with mattresses. We have already gotten the permit, as the police officers. We've already gotten that. This one, we decided to not to publicize this because we might not manage crowds. But as it is now, if in the next few days we couldn't get a reasonable response, or somebody coming out to say that, oh, President have malaria, which is one. When Area Shara was sick, it was a daily briefing. This is a government that respects the people.
Exactly.
McCain was sick a few days ago.
The
whole world know about this. Is a senator of just a tiny fraction of American population. But what happened? Why is this one different?
Thank you very much.
So
I think that you, from the variegated areas of your operation, you have already made a present. You presented a case which I know that you are very knowledgeable and you are concerned for Nigeria. You love Nigeria so much. That's why you are doing this.
That's correct.
Yeah, please, that's understandable. All the questions you raise now, we will convey the message for him, and we will nudge over it, and we'll let you know exactly why he's here.
Wait. So what happened is, like, we're going to take your contact.
Yes.
We're going to take your contact.
Yes.
In a couple of days.
We're not negotiating.
Yes. We're not negotiating anyway. No. We are trying to be.
Stephen Baba.
Yes.
Dr. Stephen Baba.
Baba.
So can I have one?
Yeah,
that's
sure.
the last one. Okay. So by Wednesday, if we don't have any response from the president, if we don't have any, if we don't have any response from the president,
let us conduct in a more rational, more
no, I said, no.
Rationality.
Sorry, this is why we are discussing in this manner.
After diplomacy,
Yes, this is why we are discussing. Yes, why we are discussing in this manner, because by next week, if we come here, you see some people climbing here. The highest the police will arrest them, but you see some people trying to enter some of the rooms. Because no. What I'm saying, this Nigerian house is our house. It's being paid by taxpayers' sweat anyway. So if I enter here, that's not a problem because it's my house. The police will understand. The British government will understand. If the Queen go into the palace, it's her home. So it's not a crime. So if I go into Nigerian house, it's not a crime. But we don't want to go that far. We want a very candid response within
48 hours.
Yes, but let's say before
next week you'll get it.
Yes, because the time is not on our side. We have already gotten a schedule.
I know.
We've already spoken to the police about our 2 weeks day and night protests. We have gotten our inflammable balloon beds and camp beds. We're going to stay from up over there and stay over here for 2 weeks. At the time, cars will not come in here, car will not go out. So, but we don't want to go that way. That's why we are appealing to you people. It is hurting back home.
In 2 weeks.
People, we are your colleagues, not you people. We are your colleagues.
No, yeah, you are.
You say you are coming back in. I heard that you'll be going home next week.
Well, I have no idea about that. I have no idea about that. But I will let you know. I have given you my contact. I will be,
my name is Chidi.
Chidi, okay.
I will send you an email first thing tomorrow morning.
Please do.
Can I ask question, please?
Yes, I will send you an email, and whatever they resolve this night, we are going to communicate that and expect August honest response.
Thank you.
Chidi, after
So,
talking here,
Can we ask question, please? Can anyone ask question?
Can
you take question, please, sir?
Washington, I see these people, all the time. I am always with them too. Before I came here, please, I will. Please let us communicate.
Yes.
Have it on the wavelength.
Let's give them that chance.
Can I say something?
Give that chance.
Yeah? Can I say something?
Yeah.
Chidi, you finish. I'm going to be very diplomatic. You're a diplomat. My name is Hannah, and I work here. Yeah. You said that you're going to communicate with us later.
Yes, I will.
Can I say something, sir? I don't like, how do I call it? I believe in diplomacy, but I don't like people lying in my face. Let me say something. Buhari has been with you in this country for 105 days. You never, even through email or even through internet, speak to Nigerians in the UK to say your president is here, or this is what is happening to him, or and this is what he's been going through. We'll keep you posted. And after 105 days, because we are here in the cold, you diplomatically want to tell us that you get back to us next week. As usual, Nigerian way, we know you will not.
Just to take us off from this.
Chidi, my friend,
you see my face before.
No, I think it's new. I think it's new.
No, madam, please wait. This is me. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Let's have finish. I'm not finished. Some people are different. My friend Chidi is very, very diplomatic. I am not diplomatic because after 105 days, with a missing president and an economy in recession and a chained vice president or acting coordinator or whatever his name is, you want to tell me you get back to me and the hungry masses, and you won't tell me that you're going to speak to us next week. Excuse me, sir. Listen,
so we're sick and tired.
The problem is,
go home.
My friend has spoken to think this is the voice of Nigeria. Let me tell you something. Nigeria does not want a speaking mouthpiece. You want Buhari back in Nigeria, or he resigns. This is not like, I'll speak to you next week. No. I'm not 3 years old. I don't want you to speak to us next week. Or if you want to speak to us next week, just say, Nigerians in the UK, I just want to let you know that Buhari has submitted his residential letter or he has gone back to Nigeria. This is what we're asking for. This is why we're here in the cold. I have 2 children at home. I left my husband at home. I haven't even gone home. I've been working since 7 o'clock in the morning. I've not finished. So coming to tell me you're going to speak to me next week or speak to us next week, and this man will still be holed up in this place as if he's being held a prisoner. No way. I don't want to hear that. I
we
am
have
sorry,
given
sir.
him up to
No,
Wednesday
I'm going
for the
to
president to write to
expeditiously
us
get
and
back
tell us why he's still
you
staying
seen my
here.
face before?
This is
I'm
Nigerian
new
High
to the
Commissioner
new- I'm only 1 week
to
on
the
it.
United Kingdom,
Sir,
delivering
sir,
a message from
sir,
President
sir,
Buhari to
Sir,
the
sir.
I went
protesters.
acting High Commissioner,
Yes, and
Dr. Stephen Baba.
yes, it's
I
Dr.
promise you
Stephen
that
Baba.
I will expeditiously get back to you, and we will talk on the same wavelength with your representative here. We are all together. We all love Nigeria, and that's the reason why we are here.
And we love Buhari as well.
Yes, I know.
We want him to go
Talk
home.
for yourself. Talk for yourself.
We want him to go
Talk
home.
for yourself. He called me a 5%er. I don't love him. He doesn't love me.
Young
It's a
lady,
mutual.
young lady,
No,
I will
excuse
be
me.
in touch with
It is a mutual respect for two
Can
of
I
us.
just say something? I'm
Okay.
from another program called Facts of Life with Abolitions,
Okay.
where the truth is being said and told the way it is. Now, like, sorry, you guys, I know you're all here to protest. And that was the reason why I was saying, because I know that when it comes to the commission, they have new people coming in. I know we've not seen your face before. It wasn't to try and protect anything, but to
No,
make
the
sure
protest will continue after we finish with
Oh, yeah, we're here till 8 a.m. in the
No,
morning.
no, no, please.
But to make
I
sure
appeal
that
to you.
let's
Please,
give
let us
them a
conduct
chance.
no.
It's just been
I told you that.
Go ahead, yeah.
I told you.
that
People are
better
coming.
benefit
Up
of
to 100
doubt.
people
I
are on the
told
way.
you.
Let's give
That
them
you
that
may do more
benefit
harm
of
than
doubt.
If you think
good.
we are going,
No,
you're
go
mistaken.
ahead. We're not climbing over there, but go ahead. We're listening. Go ahead.
I'm appealing to you to suspend it tonight. Please.
So if you think you are
In 2
talking
weeks'
to us,
time, I'll get it back.
so also go back.
All the
This
questions you have
is
raised,
Nigerian.
we will convey back to
As
you.
I speak to the officer here, we have already applied for.
I have an information that is going back to Nigeria next week.
Yes.
Well,
Is it going back next week?
we don't know about that.
You don't know
I don't know
about
about that.
Okay. What's he suffering from? Sorry, sir.
No, please.
No. Oh, she don't know what he's suffering from.
But
Our president that we vote in.
This is
We pay
Nigerian
salaries.
About him.
officers speaking to the protesters
Pass on to the
in London here. This is Abuja House where the president has been staying for 105 days.
More people are coming here. We're staying here till morning. For you to understand, okay?
To you guys to share the
Getting
video
more higher. If you don't
with your
do that,
friends.
you will not stop.
We're gonna be here for till
Any other
tomorrow.
question?
Yes.
Anyway, Nigeria.
let's end this thing.
Tell Baba to come and talk to us.
And then I'll get
And,
expeditiously as I have said.
Nobody can demonstrate in
No,
Abuja
but
anymore.
we're not stopping the
I have
demonstration.
already given.
I'm on my own here.
Do you
They
think
don't
he's
want
stopping?
they want the negotiation.
Excuse me, is this man here to stop us?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We've heard what he said.
You're diplomatic. I'm not diplomatic.
Well, as you can see, someone actually came out to speak to those that are protesting, to be able to tell them that they've exchanged details, that they will be getting in touch with them in the next couple of days. We're going to be following that as well, with those organizers of this particular event. But what they're saying is they're still going to be here till 8 o'clock in the morning, regardless of whatever the gentlemen have come out to tell us. Behind me there is Abuja House. We're still here. The weather is still okay, but I might not be able to guarantee up to 8 o'clock in the morning. But the most important thing is, why is it dark there? NEPA don't take light. NEPA never take light, so maybe they just shut it down. United Kingdom, we save light now. We save energy. But the most important thing is, it says the live video will go off, but I'm going to start another one because I think it's probably about, the cutoff time. So make sure as soon as I cut off, I'll be back again in less than a few minutes. Again, as usual, my name is Olayomi Koiki, bringing it to you live all the way from Abuja House, where, we have people with the police with us, protecting us, protesting. People are saying if they don't hear anything back, in a couple of weeks, they'll be sleeping right on the whole street. As you can see, this is a long street, and what is going to happen is in the next 2 weeks, people will be camping here, sleeping day in, day out. So that means there won't be any kind of vehicle coming in and out at all. Again, as usual, Olayomi Koiki coming all the way to you from Abuja House, number 2, where the president has been residing in the last 100 days. It's a very, very, it's well, like I said, just in case the video ends, I'll be again going back live, straight away, because Facebook is alerting me that I've got about 2 or 3 minutes left. you know, with this live transmit at the moment. As you can see, we've got the Metropolitan Police, you know, doing their own duty. This is what they are paid for as well, to make sure things are done in right and order. You know, and that is why the police is here, you know, to make sure everything is calm. You know, they've already taken the permit as well, but I've been told there's a more permit that will allow them to be able to, you know, camp all the way through, where they'll be sleeping in and out, no movement. NEPA take light for only Abuja house. Well, like I said, they're just saving energy. NEPA never take light too, so don't get it wrong. The light is on 24 hours, but sometimes, you know, when you are not in the room now, the night shut itself out. But the most important thing, like I was saying before, is I've got less than a minute. As soon as this video ends, I'll be back again on the next feed again. So don't run away. We're going to be doing this together because it is quite a bit, it's getting cold and they didn't even bring no tea. Well, the most important thing is, you know, people have things to say. People, you know, we can't do the same thing, you know, just talking on social media. Sometimes we got to be on ground to make things happen. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the share. We're not going yet, but as soon as the live feed ends, I'll be back again, giving you, as it's taking place, all the way. Thank you all the way. Great job. Thank you, everyone. This is what we love doing, and we will continue to do that, regardless of what people say. You know, I've not been paid to be here. I'm just doing my own job the way it should be done as a citizen of Nigeria. See you in a bit. Udabo. For now, in under a few seconds, we'll be back again. Thank you very much.